Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Right, this one, okay. If people won't receive from you, stop trying to give. Because you're wasting your time and their time. If you have something that is of God and it's knowledge or wisdom or understanding that is new, then of course you want to share that. Yes. But again, like the last video, it is few and far between who will actually desire to receive that. Certainly while it's brand new. Few and far between who will desire to receive it. Now I don't just mean few and far between in your area, in the world. Few and far between. We have the situation where, depending upon where you live, there may be no, as in zero, other spirit-filled believers in your area. There may just be you. That's it. Depending on where you live. Yeah, if you live in a major city, then there will be more. But finding them. Because the problem is, if you have 10 churches in a half-mile radius of your home, you have maybe 500 to 1,000 believers in those churches. And that's just half a mile from your home, even a mile maybe. Go further afield and the numbers increase. What population in church, percentage, are going to be spirit-filled? As I say, in some churches, 0. In most churches, you might have 2 or 3. You might. In the bigger churches, you might have 2 or 3. Really, look at the word. Just look at the word. Yeah, the Lord said, tares to be sown in. So therefore, for 2,000 odd years, the devil has been filling the church with tares and tares and tares and tares and tares. Well, because we had the early church. The early church was destroyed by the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church was basically completely tares. Right? Pretty much. 98% tares. Because they would have been highly religious. Yeah? So, good chance, more or less completely tares. That would have been a church for quite a while. Then you had the C of E church come in. Again, mainly tares. Right? C of E church, Protestant church, created by Henry VIII because he wanted to divorce and cut the head off his wife. Right? So therefore the foundation of that belief is not exactly brilliant. Not exactly showing God in that, is it really? But there would have been some spirit-filled over years, yes. Yeah. And so on, and so on, and so on. Now, I did a video recently talking about the fact that when God started this new movement of the Baptist church and then the Pentecostal church, at one point it would have been more or less pure. That it would have been spirit-filled people. But then, as time goes by, you've not only got the tares, but you've got the people coming forward, and the Lord says, only 1 in 4 types of ground actually bears fruit, well, let's say that most of those people stay in church anyway, because who in church is going to be telling them that they're not bearing fruit and therefore they're not of God? In most churches, no one. They're going to be told they're doing a fantastic job, so therefore they're going to believe they are actually of God, so they're going to stay in church, right? Yeah. Yeah. So if you get 40 going forward in a year, that's 10 that bear fruit. Now, the problem with those who bear fruit is that after a while they can be infected by those who are not, and therefore they stop bearing fruit. Right? Okay. So, yeah. Here we have that picture. Finding people that are actually bearing fruit is very difficult. Those people that are actively bearing fruit, actively seeking God, actively desiring God, they are people that are more likely to receive what God has given you. But finding those people is not easy. When you find the wrong people, if those people want to compete with you, and this is a very common thing, if it's the wrong type of person, they're going to want to compete because they think that they are on equal level. Why? Because they don't understand. Because they've been brought up to believe that everyone is equal and everyone has something to offer, and yeah. Now, whether that's true, well, it isn't, really. It just isn't. Is everyone equal with regards to God? Yes. But not everyone's equal with regards to where they are in their relationship with God and their knowledge, understanding, faith. No. And so therefore, can we compete with each other in that way? No. And should we? No. Absolutely not. But people will. And when they do, walk away. Straight away, walk away, because once they start competing, they will not stop. They won't. Well, you might have 1 or 2 that might. Yeah, give them a chance. But if they keep on trying to compete, then walk away. And if you give them another chance later, a few months down the line, and they start trying to compete again, walk away and don't go back. Because if you go back, you're saying that them competing is okay. And the problem is that what they need to understand is you're there to help them to receive what God has given you, not for them to teach you. And the problem is when people think they're equal, they think if you can teach them, then they can teach you. Yeah. If you can speak wisdom to them, then they can speak wisdom to you. If you can speak into their light, then they can speak into yours. Right? When they start doing it, walk away. It becomes toxic very, very quickly. It just becomes frustrating, irritating, and doesn't serve, because then they start saying, oh, but now you're not bearing fruit. Now I can't see the fruits of the Spirit because you're arguing with me. Yeah, then don't argue with them. Just walk away. Yeah, it's in our nature to want to stay, but the problem is when we want to stay, we do things like arguing. Don't do that. It doesn't glorify God. It just ends up getting you irritated and frustrated, and it gives them the ammunition they need to say, we don't see fruit in you. So, yeah. And then they can dismiss, because, as I've said before, the way things work is very, very simple. They did it with Yeshua, they're going to do it with you. They can't destroy the message, but if they can destroy you, they don't have to receive the message. Right? Because they've destroyed the message by destroying you. If they can destroy the messenger, that's it. They don't have to receive the message. And it gets to that point that people will do that. So, yeah. Don't do that. Don't get into that sort of stupidity with people. So, that's the point of this one. So, there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Bye-bye.